The Season 4 update in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown brought stock races, which might be the second best addition to this game, probably after the delivery missions. And in today's video, I want to go in depth about them and show you different situations in these races, so you can get an idea of what they actually add to TDU SC. Let's talk about them. So stock races. They've added 40 new races, actually 20 new races and 20 existing ones, changing them to stock races. And as the name suggests, they are literally stock. There's not a single thing you can change about the car. And immediately we can talk about the single best feature of these stock races. And that is the actual stock part. There is no tuning involved, and I think this is amazing. As I've stated in so many of my videos, so many, you can go back like a few months ago where I was talking about this. Tuning in this game is bad. Tuning in general, I would say, is not great. I personally like to drive my cars stock most of the time because that's how you drive them in real life sometimes. I mean, sure, there are cars which you can tune a lot and so on. Doesn't matter, it's really not important. But being able to actually test your skill, because these stock races, this is exactly what they do. They test your skill. And the drivers who will have the best times in these races will obviously be the ones who are the best at driving. Because no more tuning is involved. It's not like you tune your car and that setup sometimes works for you, sometimes it doesn't. And for someone else, it might not actually work. So even if you have a PR restriction, let's say you have an 800 PR restriction. And by the way, I just completely cut these guys off. Yeah, I did them dirty, but honestly, it's unfortunate that they're programmed this way in parking lots. But anyway. So let's take the example of 800 PR. Let's say you have 800 PR max limit for the restriction of that race. Maybe someone chooses a setup on their car. Let's say it's only for one car, okay? And someone chooses a setup, makes a setup of that car, modifies it however they think is right. And you modify it differently. I don't know, because you don't know what the setup of that guy is. And he actually gets the best time. You don't get a competitive time at all. Or maybe you get a competitive time because you're good at driving, but you're not good enough to get that car in first position and get the best time. Because it's not tuned correctly. And the guy who tuned it correctly got first place. And usually this can happen pretty often. So having stock races, this means it's only dependent on skill. And I think this is absolutely fantastic because after all, this is a racing game, whether we like it or not. This shouldn't be a racing game, obviously, but for now it's not a lifestyle game, and the thing you can do the most in this game is race. So unfortunately it's a racing game, it doesn't have enough lifestyle elements like the previous TDUs had. And in a racing game, obviously, skill is the most important thing. And by having the thing with PR restrictions, or maybe even no PR restrictions, you might not get the chance to show your skill because you failed your setup. And by the way, the 370Z is back, baby. Amazing car, I love it. We're now moving on to Ibiza, which is gonna be really interesting because I'm driving the Velour. For the first time ever, I'm gonna try to drive the Velour in a competitive race. When I did the review on the Velour, if you've watched it, I said this would not be a competitive car at all in races, and it surprisingly has a very good top speed. As you could see, I literally caught up to every single supercar here. However, yeah, again, look at this. I'm faster than the R8, I'm faster than the F-Type, so that's really interesting. The unfortunate part is obviously it doesn't take corners well. It doesn't steer well. Unfortunately, it's way worse than pretty much any supercar, any, let's say, pretty competitive supercar, right? But I wanted to really show the velour, and I really enjoyed this race. Honestly, the more competitive, the better. And this is another part about the stock races that is absolutely amazing. As I drive into that wall, competitiveness, not only by the times set and by the players, right? Because you need skill. Obviously, it's more competitive generally if you're of similar skill level of driving, but also the AI tends to be more competitive in stock races. I don't know why, I don't exactly understand, because generally I have stock cars in races, in normal races as well, right? And I still beat them pretty easily sometimes, but they're generally very competitive thus far, as I've seen. I don't know exactly how many stock races I've done, but they are definitely very competitive. I mean, look at this, I'm in 5th place, right? Obviously I drive a really slow car, but still, it's nice to see, you know? It's nice to see, and it's not like I'm the slowest here. I think we have some alphas behind us, if I'm not mistaken. But I think competitiveness is huge, and I really like the fact that we have this. Even though I'm driving a slower car, it's still really nice, and I have no problem getting beat by the AI. Oh, actually, never mind. I thought the Alfa Romeo, so that's... never mind. That's literally a Huracan, which is technically the fastest car, the fastest supercar if you upgrade it. Obviously, stock, it's not that good. But still, we beat a Huracan, and I must say, these were some really fun races, I think. I really enjoyed these two races. Obviously, we didn't have the most competitive car, but I mean, come on, the 370Z is like the second best daily driver, I think, after the Audi TT, obviously. And the Velour, I mean, it has good top speed at least, so, and we still beat a Huracan, so I think that's nice. But now we go to example 3. This is another race on Ibiza, obviously another stock race, and it's for a daily driver once again, but this time I chose the Audi TT. Now, one very interesting thing about picking your car is the better car you choose, the better cars the AI will have as well. Keep this in mind, it's actually very huge, and I really like that. So when I had the 370Z, yeah, we had two TTRSs, but we also had the Mustang. We had another 370Z, if I'm not mistaken. We had a John Cooper Works. So we had quite a few daily drivers actually, because I had a worse daily driver. Had I chosen the TTRS in that race, I would have faced only AI with TTRSs, so keep this in mind. So this is an only TTRS race, and one thing I want to show you in this race, because it's really important, this is a race in which I absolutely try hard it, I guess. I don't know exactly how to say it, but I was full try hard mode. I gave my best to set a competitive time. I made a few mistakes. I wasn't sure at the beginning whether I should try hard, but I decided I really wanted to have a go at it, to see if I can set a competitive time. And you immediately see that the AI is no more. They're gone. 20 seconds. And that gap is gonna get worse, trust me. But here I want to make another point, and that is that generally, I don't know, I felt like driving tryhard was not as enjoyable as just having fun. And I think it's not just about the AI, but generally, when I'm driving just to drive for fun and to race for fun, I enjoy this game more. I honestly don't feel like setting competitive times most of the time. I wanted to really show an example here and to actually show it on YouTube, right? But honestly, this is technically a game about lifestyle, right? The series. And I feel like driving not necessarily carefully or just slow, but just more like cruising, you know, not really competitive racing. And that not only makes it more pleasant, but it also makes the AI more competitive, like you saw in the last two races. Obviously, in the last two races, I also had bad cars. By no means I'm saying that I would have won those races. I would have definitely not won those races, even if I went to try hard and try to actually win them. I knew I had no chance, so I decided to drive like a normal guy, and I had a lot of fun. But that's obviously just my personal preference, and it doesn't have to be for you the same. It's just what I enjoy, and I think this game is about, and it's definitely not about racing. But then again, if you consider it's about racing, then obviously, yeah, this is gonna be nice for you to set a competitive time. It depends. Some people want to set competitive times, some people don't want to. Let's look at the leaderboard, and as you can see, only TTRS, obviously, and I set the 16th fastest time with some mistakes, and there's a lot of people who did this race. I looked it up, over 500, more than people play daily this game, so yeah, I set a pretty competitive time, but at what cost? And I've saved the best for last. This race is probably the most fun I've had in this game ever. Ever. Maybe the multiplayer part, when I had 8-player lobbies and I played in them and the multiplayer was working and the races were working. That was good, but this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You'll see. So as you can obviously see, I'm driving the old 911, the Carrera. And looking at the cars around me, you can clearly see I am a pretty big underdog in this race. Beautiful pass on that E-Type, amazing pass. And already into 5th place. Took about 30 seconds to get into 5th place. But some nice passes, and I'm right behind John here. And I'm gonna have a pretty nice fight with John. It's gonna be really interesting. You're gonna see soon. This is so good. So I pass him around this part, and you can see how much of an underdog I am, as that guy has an i8 Roadster. But focusing on the action, John goes side by side with me and actually overtakes me and gets the position back, but he goes too wide and I overtake him back. But then I go too wide and John has the better line here. But unfortunately for him, I have, or is he? Oh no, he's not. I had the better line, he had to brake, and I actually get the place. And now I'm into 4th place. And now, this is gonna be good as well. Look at this, we have the i8 Roadster and the 250 GTO. And I immediately overtake the i8 Roadster. He can't do anything about it, but then I go wide and he overtakes me back. What a race we have, I swear to God, this is Formula 1 level of racing. And you can see how fast the i8 is, you can see how fast the 250 GTO is, way faster than this. I only have like 330, 340 PR. I think the i8 has around 500. So as I said, this stock race has a limit of 500 PR. So that means any stock car that has under 550 can actually take part in this race. And you might have asked, why am I in 4th place and we only see the 250 GTO and the i8? And the answer is that there's actually an M4 competition in this race. The M4 competition absolutely dominates as I go down the inside of the i8 and I get 3rd place and we are on the podium. What an overtake this was. It was brave, it was bold, and what a gap I found there. And now it's the fight for P2, but I'm 1.5 seconds away. He actually goes wide in this corner. I cut the corner quite a lot. I take the right path, and unfortunately it looks like the i8 is back for some more fun here, and he's right behind me. I managed to keep him behind, and now it's me, it's the i8, it's the 250 GTO. Who's gonna get on top? Who's gonna get that 2nd place? The M4 is all ready, and I go to the inside of the 250 GTO as I cross the line right in front of him. I take that second place, finish 14 seconds behind the M4 competition, but oh man, was this race exciting. What a finish this was. Some insane battles we had there. And this is why I love this game. Moments like this make me want to keep playing this game. And I don't know, I am so hyped even after watching this replay again. Absolutely loved it. And I'm gonna take a look at how far down I actually am. And as you can see, it's literally only the M4 competition and an occasional i8 roaster who set the competitive times here. I'm literally 581 in this race. But yeah, the conclusion, stock races. I think they're an amazing addition. They're tremendously fun. I encourage you to absolutely check them out and do some of them. And what can I say, they're amazing for the game. And I've said what I've said in this entire video. These are the types of races I personally want to see in this game. And yeah, I absolutely enjoyed it. Literally the most fun I've ever had in this game, without exaggeration. And yeah, that's just my personal preference. This is what I enjoy. This is my cup of tea. And let me know, what do you think in the comments down below about this new addition, about the new stock races. I think they're tremendously good for the game, and I hope this game grows from here to way better things in the future. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another one. Bye bye.